welcome to Sandy Lee Yoga. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's class is going to be a slow flow. Slow flow meaning, of course, we move a little bit slower, and then also we'll be holding the poses a little bit longer, which allows you the opportunity to get a little more into your body, focus on alignment, and really feel the pose in your body. So let's go ahead and start in a nice comfortable seat. If you'd like, you can sit on some pillows or a bolster if you have one. Cross-legged if that's comfortable for you. Let the hands just rest on the knees. And go ahead and start to close the eyes with a very slight tuck of the chin towards your chest. Get a little bit of space in the neck. Take a nice big inhale through the nose and sigh it out. One more of those. Inhale through the nose and sigh it out. Feel the body starting to ground into your mat or whatever you're sitting on. Feel the shoulders start to relax away from the ears. Let the arms be soft at your sides. And just take a few moments here to bring your focus onto your mat and into your body and your breath. Trying to let go of anything in the outside world just for these next few moments while we do our practice today. The focus is on the breath and on the body. Start to notice the rise and fall of your chest. Inhales and exhales. If you'd like, breathing in and out through the nose throughout our practice. This helps create a little bit of heat. And if it's accessible to you, if it's comfortable, start to bring a slight constriction to the back of your throat, almost as if you were going to fog up the mirror with your breath. This is called an Ujjayi breath. This makes the breath a little more audible throughout our practice, which helps us to retain the focus on the breath. Some people say it's kind of like a Darth Vader breath, or the sound of the ocean. But if that's uncomfortable for you, you can just breathe normally. If you need to open the mouth to exhale, that's fine too. Remember, this is your practice, so make sure it's comfortable. Blink open the eyes and start to roll over into a tabletop position. Depending on where your mat is, you might want to place a blanket under the knees here for a little extra support if you're on hardwood or something. Spread the fingers out nice and wide, shoulders are over wrists, hips over knees. Start to pull the belly button in towards your spine to support your low back. And just notice how that feels for a moment, pulling that in. Maybe you even tuck the toes here, press back into the heels, little stretch for the feet. And then if you'd like, keep the toes tucked or go ahead and untuck them. As you inhale, let the belly descend for cow pose. And as you exhale, press the mat away for cat pose. Make these movements nice and slow here. Just really moving the spine and the pelvis here with your breath. As you exhale, really press the mat away. Feel the shoulders get a nice stretch. And as the back and the hips start to get a little more warm, maybe you start to let the hips move side to side. Make maybe a figure 8. A little drunken cat-cow here. You can bend the elbows. Any movement that feels organic. The body might be calling out for. Or maybe you just stay with your cat and cow. Listen to your body. Do what feels right for you. after your next exhale, come back to that nice neutral spine, pulling in the belly button. Bring the left hand towards the center of the mat. Inhale up with the right arm. And then reach underneath. Don't lower down, just reach. And then lift back up. Exhale, reach. Inhale up. Exhale, reach. One more time, reach up. And this time, go ahead and reach, and lower down onto the shoulder. Left hand can be in front of the face, or maybe reach around for the right hip. If the hand stays in front of the face, press the left hand into the mat as you roll onto your right shoulder. Bring the left hand back if it isn't already there, inhaling up with the right arm, and lower it down. Bring the right hand towards the center, inhale up with the left. Take that reaching motion underneath, inhale up. Exhale, reach. Inhale up. Exhale, reach. One more, reach up. And this time, reach, and come lower down, threading your needle. Again, maybe the right hand stays on the mat in front of your face, pressing, kind of rolling onto the left shoulder, or maybe you reach behind, your choice. I find with this pose, the more you reach that bottom arm, and the more you roll onto that bottom shoulder, the more you get a stretch along the shoulder blade. Bring the right hand back in front of the face. Inhale up with the left. And lower down. Take just a few more cat and cow here. Moving the hips and elbows if you'd like. Or just enjoy your cat and cow. And then come to neutral spine. Tuck the toes. Start to lift the hips, downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal the feet here. Start to stretch out the backs of the legs. Maybe the hips move side to side. And if you need to keep the knees slightly bent in your downward dog, go for it. It is less about getting those legs absolutely straight as it is about letting the hips reach for the ceiling and the heels reach for the floor and the chest reaches for the thighs. And if you have to bend the knees, don't worry about it. Just know that yoga is a journey. And so maybe today you have to bend, but in a few weeks, a few months, who knows how long, maybe eventually the legs will be straight. And maybe they won't, and that's okay. Looking towards the hands, walk the feet up. Come into your forward fold. Again, feel free to bend the knees here. Grab opposite elbows. You can sway side to side. Feel gravity pulling you down. Finding length in the spine here, that can feel really nice. And then release the arms, bend the knees nice and deep, and roll up the spine, pulling in the belly button. Finally coming up to your Tadasana. Feel the toes nice and spread here. Feet are grounding down into the mat. Quads are engaged and lifting up here. Even your glutes are a little engaged. Pelvis slightly tilted towards the floor. It's less of an action and more of a thought. And then feel the fingers reach for the floor. Shoulders pulling down while the crown of the head reaches up. Maybe you just gained a few more inches. Wouldn't that be nice? As you inhale, lift the arms up, the palms come to press, reach over to the right, and over to the left. Come back to center, take cactus arms, looking up, maybe a little back bend here. And inhale, lift, exhale, fold forward. Again, maybe grabbing opposite elbows, maybe the hands come behind your calves. Again, bend the knees as you need to. Feel the crown of the head reach for the floor. Release the arms, bend the knees, roll up the spine, pulling in that belly button. As you roll up, come back to your Tadasana. Inhale, arms lift, reach to the right, reach to the left. Come back to center, cactus arms. Imagine you're pressing your chest forward through a doorway. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward. This time, bring the hands up onto the shins or maybe even the thighs. Feel the head reaching forward. Nice flat back here. Weight is evenly in the feet. And exhale, fold. One more time, lift up halfway, flat back. And exhale, fold. Hands connect. Step back with the right foot. Lower the right knee. Finding your low lunge. Hands can come up onto the knee here. Or maybe lift up. Maybe even cactus feels good if you want a little shoulder opening. I like to give lots of options. So do what feels right for your body. Let the hips reach for the floor. Finding that nice quad stretch. Hip flexor. Wherever you are, shoulders are nice and relaxed. Go ahead and lower the hands down. Press the hips back, reaching your left toes back towards your face, finding a nice stretch on the left leg. Maybe you fold a little bit over the left leg just until you feel that sensation. And then let's come into a flow. So inhale, lift the arms, come back to that low lunge. Exhale, fold forward, flexing the left foot. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. One more. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. Stay here for a couple breaths. Notice if that left hip is creeping forward. Send it back so that the hips are equal. And go ahead and walk the hands forward, step the left foot back, and lift up into downward facing dog. Maybe pedal the feet a little more here. When you're ready, lift the right leg up. Bring the foot forward. Maybe help it up with your hand. Lower the left knee down. Find that low lunge. Again, hands on the knee, maybe up by the ears. Cactus might feel good, your choice. Feel the hips lower towards the floor, stretching in the quad and in the hip flexor. If you're a runner, this can be a great stretch to find. Lower the hands down, hips go back, left toes towards the face. Find that sensation on the back of the right leg. Maybe folding over a little bit if that's accessible to you. Come back into our flow. So inhale, arms lift, low lunge. Exhale, fold forward, flexing the foot. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, flex. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Stay here for a few breaths. Maybe you're getting a little deeper in your stretch, maybe not. Don't worry about it. Keeping the right foot nice and flexed here. Walk the hands forward, step the right foot back. Find your downward facing dog. Maybe you pedal the feet a little here, or maybe you just enjoy your downward dog. It may not feel like it right now, but downward dog is actually a resting pose. I know you might be laughing at me. You will eventually. Look forward, walk the feet up. Come to your nice flat back, hands on the shins. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, roll up the spine. Inhale, arms lift. Reach over to the right. And to the left. Back to center, take cactus, press the chest forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, hands connect, step back into your plank pose. Feel free to keep the knees lifted here or lower them. You're still working the arms and shoulders even with the knees lowered. It's just a little less pressure on the wrists. So whether the knees are lowered or lifted, pull the elbows in as you lower. Lift up for low cobra, feet pressed to the mat. Hold here for a breath. Squeeze the elbows together. And then press the hips back to the heels. Lift up, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, the right leg lifts. Bring the foot forward. Back heel comes down, warrior one. So the back heel is at about a 45-degree angle. Notice the hips. You want to try and pull the right hip back while you send the left hip down and forward. Nice bend in the right knee. Not going past the ankle here. Maybe you look up, challenge your balance. If the shoulders feel good, the palms can come together. Remember, this is your practice. So listen to your body. Pressing into the left pinky toe. Maybe a little more bend in the right knee. Exhale, hands lower. Step the right foot back. Hold your plank here, either on the knees or knees lifted, your choice. Pull the elbows in, lower down. Baby cobra or maybe full cobra, your choice. And hips to heels. And lift up, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Bring the foot forward. Back heel comes down, warrior one. Take a moment, find your pose. Your feet are what we call in two lanes here. So it's not like the feet are one in front of the other, in two separate lanes. Pressing into your right pinky toe. Pulling the left hip back. Right hip going down and forward. Maybe look up. Maybe hands come together. Your choice. Pulling in the belly button here, supporting your back. Bend the left knee a little more. Strong warrior one. Exhale, hands come down. Step the left foot back. Hold here. If the knees are lifted, you're pulling in that belly button. Even if the knees are lowered, pull in the belly button. Exhale, lower. Lift up for cobra. Maybe you lift the knees for upward facing dog. Back to downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, look forward, walk the feet up, come to your flat back. Exhale, fold. This time, press into the feet, rise up with the arms, palms press, and come to heart center. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands connect, step back into your plank pose. Hold here, knees lifted or lowered, still pulling in the belly button, engaging that core. I'm right here with you. Nice long line from your heels to your head, or if the knees are lowered, obviously from your knees to your head. Pull in the elbows, lower down. Cobra or maybe upward facing dog. Back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Bring the foot forward, warrior one. We've been here before, so find your pose. Shoulders are relaxed. Right knee bending. Pressing into the left pinky toe. Bring the hands behind your back, interlace the fingers. Reach down the left thigh. Now if you're like me, interlacing the fingers is not so accessible, so I just hold my fingers, or you could hold your wrist. But opening up in the chest. Look up if that's comfortable. Still bending in the right knee. As you exhale, fold forward. Maybe the arms start to lift off the back. Try and relax the neck here. Working your right shoulder towards the right knee. Release the hands, frame the foot, step it back. Take your vinyasa, lower down. Cobra or upward dog. Back to downward dog here. On your next inhale, left leg lifts. Bring the foot forward. Find your warrior one. Just like with the right side, we've been here before. Still pulling in on the belly button, engaging your core. Bring the hands behind the back, either interlace the fingers or maybe just hold the fingers or the wrist. Reach down the right thigh as you look up. Open in the chest, bend the left knee. As you exhale, fold forward, humble warrior. Relax the neck here. Left shoulder making its way to the left knee as close as you can. Don't worry about it if you're not there. Release the hands. Step it back. Hold here for a breath. I'm right with you. You can do it. Elbows in, lower down. Cobra or upward dog. Back to downward dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Look forward, walk the feet up. Come to your flat back. And exhale, fold. Roots to rise, press into the feet, palms lift. And exhale to heart center. Body should be feeling nice and warm here. Come into a balance pose. If you need a wall nearby, just to have a little support, go ahead and do that. Bring hands to heart. We'll come into a tree pose. So bring the weight into your right foot. Left foot can be at your ankle, maybe at your calf, maybe even up to the thigh, just not on the knee. Hands at heart, pressing them together. Feel that left knee reaching out to the side, opening in the inner thigh here. For balance poses, find something to look at that isn't moving, maybe a spot on the floor or the wall. Still pulling in those abdominal muscles for balance. If you'd like, stay here with the hands, or maybe start to reach your branches. Feel the shoulders soft. Nice, easy breaths here. Bring the hands back to heart. Try not to drop your left foot as you pull the knee in towards your center. Hug it in and lower it down. Go ahead and walk out the legs. If you ever want to make more of a challenge to this and you have blocks at home, you could stand on one block. That's going to be a little more of a workout for your foot. When you're ready, hands to heart, weight into your left foot. Take the same variation you did on the other side. Maybe you're at the ankle, the calf, or the thigh, just not on the knee. Find that spot to look at to help with your balance. Abdominals pulling in. Letting the right knee reach out to the side. Press the palms together. Think nice and tall in your tree. If you'd like, stay here with the hands or reach your branches. If you don't want to reach the arms up, it can also feel really nice to reach the arms down. I find that helps pull my shoulders down. I don't know, it just feels nice. So your choice. If If the foot is wobbling, don't worry, that means it's working to maintain your balance. Bring the hands back to heart. Don't drop the right foot as you pull the knee and hug it in. And then lower it down. Go ahead and shake out the legs here. Walk it out. Bring your feet about mat width apart, toes pointing out. You're going to lower down into Malasana or Yogi Squat. Now maybe you just come here and the elbows rest on your thighs. That's okay. You're going to get a little more of a leg work out there. Or maybe you lower all the way down. Ideally the heels are on the mat. Elbows press the knees open as the hands come to your chest. Now if your heels are lifting, you could always roll up your mat a little bit and put that under your heels just so you have some support and grounding. So if you're in your Malasana, all the way down here, it's kind of easy to just hang out. So activate the legs, lifting up just a little bit. Feel the legs working here to hold you up. I know that's way more work, right? And then go ahead and relax it down. One more time, engage those legs, lift up just slightly. Feel them working. And then let it go. So elbows are pressing the knees open here, bringing the hands towards your chest. Chest is lifting. This is a pose that can feel good after all the standing we've done. Go ahead and bring the hands behind you, lower down onto your seat, and then roll down onto your back. I'm going to just move my mat over a little bit here. Sometimes it moves on the carpeting. So you're down on your back, knees are bent. And go ahead and cross your right ankle over the left knee. Reach either for the left thigh or the left shin. Start to pull the leg towards you. Maybe the right hand helps press the knee out to the side. Figure 4 or reclined pigeon pose. The left or right foot is flexed. Helps protect your knee. You might be feeling this in the outer thigh, outer glute. Now if you're in this pose and you're like, Sandy, I don't feel anything, go ahead and let your right foot fall over to the left. So it's a little bit of a twist. And then feel your right knee point towards the ceiling. Maybe you even grab your right foot and pull it towards your hip. Now if you try that and that's just way too much, then go back to the figure 4 at the center. Listen to your body and don't feel like you have to maintain a certain pose here. And just finding some stretching and opening in the hips. So this figure 4 pose, you could easily do if you are at a desk for a long time of part of the day. You know, just cross one knee over or one ankle over your knee and then fold forward in your chair. And you'll get the same stretch. If you twist it to the side, come back to center, uncross the legs, and let the knees move side to side. And then when you're ready, come back to center, cross the left ankle over the right knee, either grabbing behind the thigh or the shin, pull the leg in. Maybe the left hand helps press the knee out to the side. And this side might feel different, and that's normal. And again, if you need a little bit more in this pose, let the left foot come to the right, pointing the knee towards the ceiling. That might be enough right there. Or maybe you grab your left foot, pulling it towards your hip. And then I guarantee you will feel something there. So if you don't, leave me a comment and I will certainly try and think of other poses for you to do. Nice, easy breaths here. Trying to relax into the hips. Notice if you're clenching your jaw here or your fingers, try and relax. In yoga, we have what's called sukha and sthira, effort and ease. And so while we're doing effort in the pose, stretching our hip here, we also want to find the ease in the pose. So that might be the breath, or it might be relaxing your jaw, relaxing your toes or your fingers. So always try and find the ease in the pose. If you twist it to the side, come back to center, uncross the legs, and just let the knees move side to side. Bringing the knees back to center. Walk the feet in so they're close in. You might even be able to touch your heels with your hands. In fact, that's a nice abdominal workout. So why not throw that in? Go ahead and lift up the head and shoulders, reaching the arms forward, and just tap the ankles. Coming side to side, working your obliques here. Don't forget to breathe. I know this is slow flow. You thought it'd be gentle. But we gotta work the abs a little bit. Helps keep us tall. Helps us with any back pain. Just moving side to side. You can do it looking up towards the ceiling. Helps alleviate using the neck. And then go ahead and lift. Reach the fingers and roll down. Go ahead, let the knees move side to side here. Maybe even let the head move side to side. And then coming back to center. I promise we won't do that again. Bring the arms alongside the body and slowly tilt the pelvis up and then roll up the spine as if you're lifting up a piece of tape. And then as if you're putting that tape back down, slowly roll back down. Using a lot of control here. Tilt the pelvis up, lift. And exhale, lower down. Imagine someone's walking their fingers up and down your spine. So the glutes are working here, legs are working, even your abdominals a little bit. Roll back down. Tilting up and roll up. And roll back down. Take 2 more of these rolling bridges. One of my favorite things to do because it's great for the back. Also just kind of feels good. And then we're going to go ahead and lift one more time. We're going to hold the bridge this time. So if you'd like, you can grab the edges of your mat. Or maybe you walk the shoulders underneath you. Interlace your fingers and press the hands to the mat. Or maybe you just bring the hands alongside your hips here. Lots of variations. If you feel like you need a little more here, maybe lift one leg. And then lift the other. Your choice. And then you can just alternate lifting the legs. But notice the hips. Try and keep them level if you do that. Otherwise, just enjoy your bridge pose. Feel the glutes working, abdominals, tucking the chin towards your chest. If you're lifting the legs, go ahead and lower them down. Release the arms from underneath you. Slowly roll down. And then bring the feet wide and let the knees move side to side. Come back to center. Walk the knees back or the feet back in. Press the feet into the mat, lifting the hips just slightly above the mat. Move the hips to the right or left. Cross the left leg over the right and let the knees fall to the side. Now, if it's too much to cross the legs, then don't cross them. You can just let the knees be stacked on one on top of the other. Try and keep that left shoulder down. Look over the left shoulder. So you might be wondering, why did we do that little thing where we lift the hips and move it over? Then that keeps your spine in line. Because normally when we would twist, the hips would be a little over to the side. But by bringing the hips to the left, then when we twist, the spine is in the center. So it's just nice alignment. You can twist without doing that as well. But this is just a slight modification. So try and relax into the twist. Nice, easy breath. Twists are great for massaging the internal organs, good for digestion, though I would not recommend doing them right after a big meal. And gently lift back to center, uncross the legs, lift the hips slightly over to the right, cross the right leg over the left, and let the knees fall to the left. Again, you don't have to cross the legs if that's too much. Try and keep that right shoulder down, but if it's lifting, don't worry about it. Maybe try and press it down, but if it just doesn't want to go there, don't worry about it. Gaze over the right shoulder. Nice, easy breaths in the twist. Try and relax into it. Slowly come back to center, unwind the legs, bring the hips back to center. Pull in the right leg, extend the left leg out onto the mat, and pull the right knee across the body. Again, looking across the right shoulder if that's comfortable for you. And don't worry if your right knee doesn't hit the floor. Mine doesn't. In fact, I don't even really know if it would. If yours is, good for you. Hopefully you're feeling a great twist. So we're, again, just like with all our poses, we're just looking for the sensation, looking for the ease in the pose. I once had a teacher say, take the struggle out of the pose, which was very humbling, but also very true. Come back to center, pull both knees in, extend the right leg, pull the left across the body. Gazing across the left shoulder if that's comfortable. And then slowly come back to center. Pull both knees into the chest. Go ahead and take some rocks side to side. Maybe you find happy baby. You can either hold the thighs, pull the knees towards your armpits, or grab the big toes or the edges of your feet. Your choice. Maybe rock side to side. Let the shoulders and neck be on the mat. Press the low back into the mat. This is probably my favorite pose. I've probably said that before. If it feels good to straighten one leg at a time, go for it. Maybe you just stay still, letting gravity do the work, pulling you down towards the mat. That can also feel really nice. And then when you're ready, pull the knees into your chest. Come into a tight, tight ball. Lift the head and shoulders. Squeeze it in. And then as you exhale, let it go for Shavasana. If you have any pillows and you'd like to place those under your knees, go for it. Maybe a blanket because the body will cool as you lie here. If you have a wall nearby and you'd like to put legs up the wall, go for that. Any final resting pose that will bring you some rest and ease here. Let the eyes start to close. Take a nice big inhale through the nose and sigh it out. One more of those. Inhale through the nose. Sigh it out. Letting everything go for these next few moments. Take as much space as you need, letting the feet flop to the sides. Arms alongside the body, palms facing up. We're going to go through a mental scan of the body, helping you to relax and melt to the mat. Bringing the focus to the crown of your head. Try and relax the muscles of the scalp here. Muscles of the forehead, cheekbones, the jaw. You can even release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Soften the muscles of the neck into the shoulders and the collarbones. Feel them relax and open. Soften the biceps, triceps, the elbows, and the forearms. Find softness in the palms and each of your fingers. Let the arms be soft like noodles. Moving down the spine, try and find a little more space and openness, softness between each vertebra. Relax the muscles of the glutes, the hips, the thighs. Soften the knees, the muscles of the calves and the shins. Relax the soles of your feet all the way to each of your toes. Feel the body relax. Slowly begin to deepen the breath, bringing awareness back to the body. Of course, if you would like to stay here in your final rest, stay as long as you like. But if you're ready to get moving with the rest of your day, start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. You can slowly move the head side to side. And then reach the arms overhead and do a nice full body stretch like you just woke up. When you're ready, pull the knees into your body. Roll onto your favorite side. Stay there for a breath or two. You can use your arm as a pillow. And when you're ready, using your arms, press up to a seated position with the eyes closed. Bring the hands to heart center. Take one big breath. Side out. that you are special, you are loved, and you are important. The light in me sees the light in you. Namaste.